Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Rem and in today's video I'm going to talk about goal setting and system setting. I know that I have been the person that would put 1,000 things on her to-do list and not do one of them. Yeah. There are still days that I do it, honestly, but I always used to underestimate my time and the thing and how much time and effort certain things take, so that I would end up not doing half of the list. So then I started realizing that I cannot do anything if I just don't have the habits, like if I don't work out daily, then I wouldn't be able to work out whenever I want, whenever I write it down on my to-do list, because that wouldn't motivate me, because that's not something that I do constantly. Or if I would say okay, I'm gonna go for a run, I wouldn't do it because I would have 10,000 reasons in my head and I would just be lazy and not doing anything, and then I would end up not doing it, as I mentioned. So anyways, then I figured out the system setting and goal setting, not goal setting, but system setting, and getting habits into your daily life, implementing habits into your daily life, so that it changed my life. Honestly, it changed my whole life. So let's start with how you can set systems and habits into your daily life. So number one is you need to realize your current habits. It's so important because we already have lots of different habits, okay? I'm 27 years old. Of course, I have 10,000 habits probably that I don't even realize doing, the way I prepare my food, or the way I eat, or the way I speak, or the way I use the words, okay? It is these habits are existing in our daily lives, but we don't reflect on them, so we don't see them as certain habits. So I would sit down and write down my habits that I currently have, and I would take a few days to realize my habits, how do I wake up, or in what mood do I wake up, or how do I dress, or whatever, things like that. There are thousands of different habits. And then I realized these habits and I try to think to myself, do I like this habit? Is this a good habit, or is this a bad one? Or is this something in between that I could improve or get rid of? So if it's a habit that I want to get rid of, I would think to myself 5 reasons why I want to get rid of this habit and 5 ways of how I can get rid of these habits. And also the same thing goes with implementing new habits into your daily life. I would write down 5 habits, 5 reasons why I want to have this habit in my daily life, So one of the things that is really, really important, and I think it's one of the key parts to keep in mind, is that if you already have existing habits, which you probably do, then I would try to connect these habits with my new habits. For instance, I didn't have a skincare routine for a really long time. I probably was 20, 22 or something like that when I first really had my skincare routine. I'm not talking about sometimes applying a moisturizer or something like that, but having a real skincare routine. I was probably 22. So and I was everyone has a skincare routine. I see it on social media, I see it on YouTube, and then I talk to my friends and every one of them has already an existing skincare routine, or they sometimes, most of the time, use these products. And I was I don't have anything like that. I probably have one moisturizer and I don't even have a sunscreen. So, or an eye cream or something like that, or masks. I would never have masks because they were so expensive for me. So anyways, I was maybe I should do something like that. And then I started researching and I started reading on the internet and here and there and talking to my friends. And then I bought a few items and then I started using them, but I wouldn't use them regularly. So for that, I made this habit, because I already had a habit of toothbrushing at night. And before I would go to my bed, I would brush my teeth, and the first thing that I would do in the morning is also brushing my teeth, before breakfast or before doing anything else. I would brush my teeth and my face. So then I put the things next to my dental care stuff so that I would see them and I would do it, I would apply them on my face. So yes, on most of the, like, I'm gonna be realistic, it was not from day one that I did it every single day regularly and never stopped. Of course, there were so many days where I was just like too tired, or I was like, no, I don't want to do that, and I wouldn't. And then the next day, or like a couple of days after, I would see the impact of that on my face, of course, because I didn't apply anything to my skin, and I would see it on my skin. So for that reason, I think it's important that you connect your new habits with the habits that you already have. And another thing that I would suggest you to do when you want to implement new habits into your life is don't underestimate your time and the effort that you have to put into a new habit. Because there are so many people that write New Year's resolutions like I do, and intentions and stuff. So, and then I have 1,000 things on my list, and then I want to start with them, but as I start with so many different habits on one day, I would quit like a week after or something like that. If I would say like, okay, I'm gonna eat like this, I'm gonna work out every single day, I'm gonna be productive, I'm gonna write a book, I'm gonna climb a mountain and everything like that, I would be super exhausted, and also life goes on and you have to do so many other things on the other hand, and I would just be super exhausted with them. So I would quit all of these habits that I wanted to implement in my life at the first place. So for that reason, make sure that you go habit by habit. Okay, let's say you want to food prep, and then you first write grocery lists on what you are gonna buy. If you already have this habit, then the next step is you plan your meals and you cook, like, let's say one meal, okay? And then you cook a meal for tomorrow, for the next day, okay? And then if that works out and the food, and you eat that food and it doesn't go to waste and you like it, then I would go to another step, like make it slow, take your time, because you have to think. It's so funny because I'm a quite thin person, it's genetic. I'm quite thin. Is it called thin? I don't know, because I saw that people call it fit, but I am not fit, I think. I'm just thin. So anyways, people would ask me like, oh my god, you eat so healthy and you're so thin. Why are you eating so healthy? I wouldn't eat so healthy if I would be that thin like you. And I'm like, because I ate for 27 years healthy things so that I am thin, it doesn't work the other way. It's not like you eat really bad and then all of a sudden you're a thin person and then you start eating healthy, or it's not like that. Like, I have a good relationship with food, thank God, because I know that many people don't. And I eat everything I want, and I eat like nutritious things, and this is not a video about food, I know, but I just want to give this example. And people are like, oh my god, why are you working out? When they see me work out once in a while, because I don't do it very often. I work out, like I do yoga, but I'm not a gym person at all. So they are like super surprised, oh, you're so thin, but why are you working out? And I'm like, yeah, because I move my body. So when I move my body for 27 years, it stays like this, you know what I mean? So it's super funny, in my opinion. It sounds so bad when I tell it like that. Anyways, you got it. So I think that it takes such a long time to implement, to have the habits that you currently have. So implementing new habits into your life, it will of course take time. It is not gonna happen in 1 day or 2 days or 1 month. Like, people are like, yeah, in 40 days, when you do that habit for 40 days, you will have it for the rest of your life. I think that's not true. I'm not sure. Is it even research based? I have no idea. But I think, like, people work so much, people do certain things for so many years, and then you cannot just hop in there and do it for 40 days and have it for your entire life. So I think it's very unrealistic. But anyways, I hope that you liked this video. I hope that it was inspiring and it was helpful for you. If so, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss other videos like this, motivational and inspiring videos. Yeah. Anyways, see you next time. Bye.